This is Chapter 5 of the United Soccer Coaches Convention session on the benefits of sand for grass players and a discussion of the U.S. Beach Soccer National Championship. It's a continuation and conclusion on how to train in sand and why we would want to play beach soccer. Lifting and passing, probably one of the most important pieces. As we discussed earlier, the new juggling is the lifting to self. It's something that needs to be worked on, whether you're lifting to the knee height, the waist height, the chest height, or overhead to eventually hit a bike kick on your own. In this case, lifting and passing is something that you can do anywhere. We are continuing to show that this can be done on a beach volleyball net. This one in particularly is great because it's really forcing players to be working not only at receiving balls in the air, but being able to hit the ball with a target, which is over the net to their teammate. In this case, you're looking at players getting to the point where they can lift the ball to themselves and then hit it over the net. Right here, we obviously have drill 1A and we have drill 1B with the coaching points and variations that you can be looking at. Again, this is a scenario where it's just like a line passing drill where one player hits it to the other and switches sides. Now, the videos that we're going to show you here doesn't necessarily have them switching sides, but you can conceptualize what would happen here. The girl on the far side, she lifts it, she passes over, and then she runs across, getting the line behind the next player, working on fitness and working on technique and moving with without the ball. As you can tell, these players a year ago, well, you wouldn't be able to tell a year ago, these players could not do this. In fact, it was less than a year ago. And now these players have developed the skills of being able to lift and hit over the net to each other, bringing the balls down, scooping it to themselves, and knocking it across. This is vital for playing beach soccer at an international level and realistically just playing the game properly. It's a great opportunity for skill development. Again, it gives players the opportunity of dealing with balls in the air, gaining confidence and skill of scoop passing and various other pieces of the puzzle that come from that. So that concludes some of the different technique aspects that we'll be addressing in this session. But why beach soccer? Now, we've spent this entire time really discussing why we should be training in sand and why we should be getting greater technique and greater fitness quicker and more efficiently. But why would we want to play beach soccer? Well, if we were Ko Ishikawa, like mentioned before, it's because it's the most tactical. It is the most technical, and by far, in some cases, or some people would say it's even the most fun, because it is the celebration of the beautiful game, as FIFA states. But this is what FIFA says. This is a video produced by Beach Soccer Worldwide. Now, this video is dated. It's a few years old, so the information in it is quite a bit larger now than what you would see in this video. Technique, skill. You can score from anywhere. Everywhere in the world this game is being followed now. And it's a perfect sport for the American audience. 3 12-minute periods like hockey. Rolling subs like hockey. Fast action. Amazing technique and skills. Way more than 1 million online viewers at this point for this sport. This is the beauty of the game. There's a culture within beach soccer and great players, Salgado, Maradona, Carambol. The sport is followed by so many in the world, and we just don't have a clue that it's growing and getting to the point where it's becoming a spectacle that just cannot be ignored anymore. And that is the question, will you join us next year? So, a few other things when you ponder whether you want to join us next year are the beach soccer facts. There's an average of 9 goals per game. There's an average of shot every 30 seconds. For the short-term attention span people of the world these days, diving into their phones, this is a perfect opportunity to gain their attention. It's perfect for TV advertisers in the respect that it's broken down into 3 periods by 12 minutes. It's an advertiser's dream. The other aspect is players just simply work harder in the sand, and they're developing better techniques. Like we mentioned earlier, not only are they working harder, but getting faster quicker, doing it with less pain, and developing skills that you can't get just being on the grass or with the futsal court. It gives you a more rounded skill development we've ever seen before. The field itself is 30 by 40, normally 30 by 40 yards, meters, and so basically, like we said, half field's 20 yards away. Basically, you're shooting from the edge of the penalty box arc from half field, which is why you always see a shot on the kickoff. This is a game that puts you in a situation of high action all the time. The goal's not that small. It's 7 by 18 feet compared to 8 by 24. So it lends itself with that uneven surface of giving the opportunity of seeing a lot of really amazing goals being scored. Set pieces, free kicks, no walls. If you're going to get fouled on the attacking side outside the box, you're looking at a situation of taking a free kick from 10 yards, 11 yards, 12 yards. I mean, the penalty box is 9 meters. You know, it's closer than the actual penalty spot in a grass field. So you're really getting the opportunity everywhere to be able to shoot if you foul. This creates another situation, which goes back to this injury thing that people like to talk about. Beach soccer is supposed to be almost a non-contact sport, because if you get fouled, you're giving away goals. It's not a small goal they're shooting at. And the uneven surface, if the ball hits the sand, let's say 3 feet in front of the goalkeeper, oh, he's having a hell of a time. Free kicks from half field for various violations or from beyond half field, the lines there designate where the players have to stand. So if you're on the attacking side, everyone's behind the ball. But if you're over half field, everyone has to be outside of the perimeter of the triangle from the corner flags to the ball. This creates a great opportunity, again, for players to be able to shoot from anywhere on the field. And if the player doesn't have a great leg, that aspect of tactical and strategy really comes into play from these long free kicks, because now you're looking at the kicker putting the ball through the middle, because no one can touch the ball until it either hits the goalkeeper, the post, or the sand. So now you've got a situation tactically that you can work on different set pieces, creating screens, although those aren't supposed to be legal, and whether the referee picks it or not, that's another story, but it puts you in a situation of working on set pieces in a way that you never have been able to before.